Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you like this episode. I thought it would be fun to talk about pets and like my experiences with animals because the thing is, I like them. I feel like everyone, likes animals. However, I'm also scared of them. Especially of like common animals that you have as pets. Like dogs or cats. I don't want to say I'm terrified, but I do have like a fear of them. But before I start talking about that, I just want to show you the shirt that I'm wearing, which is this one. If you're listening to podcast, then fuck you. Don't just keep forward. But for the people watching, I'm selling this shirt in my online store, and the only color available is black. So if you want to get it, then head there. But yeah, that's the only announcement that I wanted to make. So let's get started with the video. My trauma with animals. It started when I was a kid, obviously, as most trauma start. I think I was like 7 or 8, even maybe even younger than that. I have a neighbor who is my best friend from Mexico, right now. So whenever I go to Mexico, like that's the person I talk to or I hang out with. But anyways, when we were kids, he had a bulldog, and it was big, obviously, but also for some reason the dog hated me, right? Because we were in like a group of friends, right? I think it was like 7 of us, and I was the only one that the dog barked at. So whenever we went to his house, he would come up to me and like bark and like start going to like attack me. So either my friend or his parents had to like hold the dog whenever I had to like go to my friend's room, or like whenever I had to go through the house, basically. So yeah, that kind of like terrified me a little bit, but at the same time they had it under control, right? Or at least that's what I thought. Until one day, my friend, his parents weren't home. So me and my group of friends went to his house to watch a movie. And, the same happened. Like the dog went to like attack me or like bark at me, like run towards me. And my friend started holding him, right? But for some reason, he couldn't this time. Like he wasn't able to like hold him properly. So the dog, started running towards me. So what ended up happening was that I started running, and I was a kid, so I wasn't fast enough. So the dog ended up biting me in the leg. And then yeah, like the rest of my friends like started, grabbing him so that he wouldn't, be on me anymore. So yeah, that started my fear of dogs, because the thing is, I'm used to dogs barking at me, but that was my first time getting actually like bitten by one. And of course he hurt. I still have the scar from it. Before that, whenever any dog barked at me, I would just pretend like I was grabbing a rock. But then after I got bitten, I kind of stopped doing that. I would just freeze whenever I saw any dog like being, mean to me. And it wasn't until I came to the US when that fear kind of like went away. Like I still have it, obviously, but I'm not as scared of dogs as I used to be. So I was living that way during my childhood, and then a year or two later, I was walking down the street with my friends again, and the dog, for some reason, he was outside. He usually never was, and he ended up he didn't bark at me, but he ended up like running towards me, right? So I ended up running away from him, and my friend was trying to catch the dog, but obviously he was a kid, so he wasn't fast enough. So what ended up happening, I didn't get bit this time, but he he ended up throwing me to the ground. Like he put all his weight on top of me, and then he started humping me for like, I don't know, 30 seconds, because my friend, he got to the dog, he got to, the two of us, but he was laughing. Like he started laughing at me, and like he started laughing at what was happening. So instead of helping me, he kind of just stood there until I was like, bitch, hurry up. Like I need help. And that's when he, decided to grab the dog and send him home. But after that, like that kind of, that also made it worse for me. Cause I was like, dude, what if that happens again? No, I wasn't scared of like physical pain, but I was scared of like how embarrassing that would be if it happened again in front of people, right? Anyways, that was the reason as to why I became scared of animals. And my parents knew, obviously, like they could see that whenever I got close to a dog, like I was shaking. So they decided to help me with that by buying me a puppy, me and my sister a puppy. And it was cute. I don't know anything about dogs. I don't know what breed it was. And also I don't have any pictures of her, but from what I remember, she was short, kind of like a chihuahua, but she was fluffy. Like she had a lot of hair. We named her Sirenita. Little Mermaid, and she was the cutest dog ever. Like I love her. I love playing with her. Until one day we went out for a walk, and it was during the night. I still remember. I still remember vividly. We were just walking around the block. Like we weren't going to somewhere specifically. We were just walking randomly, and out of nowhere, I decided to like pick her up because I was like, dude, like you're you're walking. I want to help you out with that. I don't want you to walk a lot. So when I went to like grab her, she bit me in my hand, and I don't know. I remember that it didn't hurt, but I was confused. I was like, bitch, like you're supposed to love me. Like, why are you biting me? I didn't cry. I didn't do anything. I just kept walking with her. But the whole time I was like, why are you treating me this way? And that kind of made me distance myself from her. Like my sister ended up being the one taking her for walks and stuff like that because I just didn't want to anymore. And the sad thing about it is that after we got her, a couple of months later, she ended up dying from an infection, right? Because she fell down a set of stairs and like her paw got broken. And the thing is, my family was, lower income. So we weren't able to like take her to the bed. So we just like took care of her as we could. And my parents ended up cleaning the injury, and then they, wrap her with like bandage. But after a couple weeks after she fell down the stairs, like she ended up dying. I don't remember if we threw like a funeral. I really don't remember anything like that. Anything that happened after she died. The only memory I have of her is her biting me. I don't remember, me playing with her. I know I did. I just don't have any memory. The only thing I remember is her biting me in that walk, and I think that's it. Yeah, like, I don't have any other memories of her. So yeah, after that, whenever I brought the topic of having a pet again, they will talk about like how expensive it was to like feed them, and like how expensive it was to take them to the vet and stuff like that. So I didn't have a pet anymore after that until I was 21. I think it was last year. Yeah, so 21. With my last girlfriend, right? We thought that we were in a strong relationship, so we decided to adopt a cat, right? So we went to the shelter, and then we started playing with some kittens. Like the people there, they put us in a room, and then they started bringing like kittens, like one by one, to see like which one interacted the best with us. So we did that for like, I don't know, half an hour or an hour. So after doing that, we ended up adopting a orange cat. His name was Dandelion, and I thought it was a cute name, so I wanted to keep it. But because I was staying at my girlfriend's house, like she was the one that owned the place, she was like, "No, I wanna," and she paid for the cat too. She was like, "No, I wanna change the name." So she changed it to Liam, the guy from One Direction. So I still ended up calling him Dandelion because I don't know, I like that name better. And the cat loved me. Like there wasn't any instance where he was scared of me, and also I wasn't scared of him either. I usually am scared of any animals. It doesn't matter like the size or like the age, because I'm not scared of like the animal itself. I'm just scared of like what it's capable of doing. If for some reason the cat decided to go crazy, then yeah, like it can like bite me, and like scratch me. So like, I'm scared of the possibility of getting hurt. That's what I'm scared of. And I didn't feel that with that cat. I felt that with other different cats who were even younger. Like for me, I'm even scared of like putting my finger inside a puppy's mouth, because even though they don't have like straw jaws, I still don't want to risk it. But anyways, going back to the story, I lived with Dandelion for 2 months at the most, and then I ended up breaking up with my ex, and I had to move out. I had to move everything out, and I remember that the last thing I did before I left, like I held the cat, and then I started taking pictures with him. And then I just started petting him because I felt bad, because that was my first pet since I was a kid, right? So I really loved him. I really, care about him. I still care about him. I don't, I stopped talking to my ex, so I don't know what's been going on with him. So yeah, that was the only pet that I have ever adopted personally. The first one, my parents adopted the dog. And then I started dating the person that I'm dating right now. And she has cats. She has two cats. Her names are Luna and Belle. Belle as the girl from Twilight, which I think is cute. But yeah, so right now I'm living with them with the cats too, and they're cute. They love me. I really love playing with them, and I know they love me for sure because Luna, she hates everyone. It took her like a year or two to warm up to my girlfriend, but when it came to me, like she started hanging out with me, or she started like letting me pet her. Like I don't know, 2 months after she first met me. So like like it was pretty quick. So yeah, those are the two cats that I'm living with right now. Luna, she, like as I said before, like she warmed up to me, but she's still scary. Like she has scratched me multiple times. I still have like some scars in my hands. She doesn't let anyone pick her up, right? And that was something that I didn't know before. I tried to pick her up because I wanted to play with her, and she ended up biting me and scratching me. But it was worth it. I try at least. You win some, you lose some. For Belle, she is 10 years old, so she doesn't. I mean, she moves a lot, but most of the time she's just sitting there like doing her own thing. But whenever I try to play with her, like she's active, like she's still like an old lady who moves around. And I think that's it. I don't have much to say about them. I know them for what, 3 months. The only thing I'm worried about is what's gonna happen after we move from Kentucky. Because right now we're living in our own place, but me and my girlfriend want to move to like a bigger city, and I think that if we do that, we're not gonna be able to have like our own space. We're gonna be living in like apartments, so we're gonna have to go out of our way to like find a place that takes pets. So I don't know. That's the main concern that I have right now. When it comes to my trauma with dogs, I still like I'm better at it. Like if it's younger than 1 years old, then I'm not going to be scared of it. But if it's older, then yeah, like whenever I go on walks and like I see someone like coming towards me that has a dog, even if it's friendly, even if it's a small dog, I usually just go like the other way of the street, or the other side of the street. I Whenever I'm walking with someone, I tell them to like switch with me, so like they're in between, like so it's the dog, them, and then me. So I don't know, which I had to work on it because I just know it's embarrassing, and at the same time, it's also not healthy, because obviously I can appreciate a dog from far away. I'm still scared, and I don't know, I don't want to live like that, but at the same time, I don't know how to like change the situation. I think I just have to get I have to hang out with people who have dogs, because I haven't really, I after my friend, nobody that I knew had dogs, and then I came to the U.S. and nobody had dogs. I went to college and dogs weren't, and any type of pet weren't allowed. So I haven't had that many experiences with people who have pets. I would like to, cause they're cute. I want to take pictures with pets, cause I feel like those type of pictures are cute, like an animal and like a person, like they're so cute. But yeah, I had to get over my fear. Besides that, I don't think there's much to say about this topic. As I said before, I used to have goldfishes. We had six of them, and because they look the same, me and my sister didn't name any of them, and we weren't attached to them. We just treated them as decoration because we weren't able to interact with them. Or I mean, we could, but we just didn't know how to. We didn't know how to take care of goldfishes, so we just left them alone most of the time. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you for listening. Like I said before at the beginning, I have a store. I will appreciate if you went and buy some stuff from there, because right now I am, living off social media. Like that's my full-time, job. And right now I'm living in Kentucky because I wanna, save some money before I move out. So in any way that you can support me, like that's it's going to be faster for me to move out of Kentucky. So what I'm trying to say is, help me escape. um, so yeah, no, I will appreciate it if you bought any other merch, or also if you got any cameos from me, like anything to support me financially, I will appreciate it. That also gives me time to make more content for you, either on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, like any platform. If I don't have to think about paying rent and like having money for groceries, I'm gonna have more time to like write ideas for videos. So yeah, I will appreciate if you went to the store or any social media and you supported me. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, love you. Mwah.